Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Preacher and the Prodigy podcast. It's great to see you after a 1-week hiatus. We were not able to record last week. We were too busy dealing with the sign stealing investigation for Michigan. We were called in to testify. We were exposed to be part of the vast network of people using satellites and smoke signals to steal the signs from
mobile phones.
Ryan Day, James Franklin, Harlan Barnett, and so now everything that has happened in Michigan in the last couple of years is tainted and sullied, so we want to apologize for that. Actually, no, we've just been really busy. This guy right here qualified for the state cross-country meet, so he's been busy with prepping, and you'll be in Central Wisconsin Saturday running for a chance to take home the trophy of the fastest runner in the state of Wisconsin. You will be
very little chance. Very little.
What's the over under? I mean, what's the line on you? Jericho minus 3 minutes or something like that.
I might
Jericho minus 4 minutes.
We'll put it at a 4.5 minute mile.
Jericho minus 4.5 minutes for the state championship. Seems like a good number.
Yeah.
Vegas. So we are back with some games. By the way, any responses to last week's games? Ohio State, Penn State.
It was really
Washington, USC with some stumbles.
It was really a week for just nail biter games, especially just throughout the day. It was Penn State, Ohio State in the morning hour.
Mm-hmm.
You got just tight games when the projected teams expected to win by at least double digits, so a lot closer than that. Washington had to come back and win
with zero offensive touchdowns.
Zero offensive touchdowns. They had a 85 yard something pick six that sealed the deal there. UCF upset, spoiled. After Oklahoma came through at the
They attempted a double pass.
They did. There were too many double passes this week.
Double pass.
Way too many. So yeah, it was really just, I don't know. It was just a lot. It was a nail biter week. We'll say that. It was a week that if you were top dog, it was not fun to watch unless you were.
We won't count this, but you had predicted just before kickoff. You predicted Penn State to cover. Did you pick them to win too?
I could have seen it going either way, but I did think that it would be a really, really close game.
And I predicted Ohio State to win comfortably. I said 27-10 Buckeyes. So
now you're gonna make me put that in the record.
No, I just said it's not going to count, but yeah. I just continue to be skeptical of Penn State under James Franklin, especially in big games, and especially big games on the road.
Yeah.
And so I think Ohio State had more mettle. Again, Ohio State playing without Trey Henderson, without Emeka Egbuka, and at least one other significant piece I think on defense was out for them. And it was not particularly difficult to stop Penn State, even though it maybe was challenging outside of Marvin Harrison to move the ball.
Yeah.
So we'll see how things go. Again, we have a couple big games coming up involving them toward the end of the year, and one Ohio State game to mention this week. So let's get into it. Week 9.
Let's go. One of two ranked versus ranked matchups. Duke Blue Devils going on the road, night game in Louisville, Kentucky. Take on the Cards. Cards really a surprise team, rocketing into the top 25. Nobody really saw that first year of Jeff Brom. Cardinals are favored by 4.5 at home. I'll go first here. I think I'm going to take Duke. I think Mike Elko is going to have his get right game on the road. Tough one. I don't know. I think Riley Leonard, is he going to play? Is Riley Leonard going to play?
I don't have any idea.
I think that's going to be a deciding factor, but I think he'll be healthy enough to play.
See my Louisville L here. To me, this one feels like an easy pick. Cards at home. Riley Leonard may or may not play. I'm all over the Cards in this one. There's some magic there when the Ville plays at night. We've seen it through the years, this year including just putting the hurt on Notre Dame, and I think Notre Dame's better than Duke. Give me the Cards.
All right, we'll see. Game number 2, Ohio State, like we talked about, heading about how many hours north?
Well,
West
45 minutes west of us, probably.
45 minutes northwest of us, playing the Wisconsin Badgers. This is also a night game at Camp Randall. Buckeyes are still favored by 14.5. Who are you taking?
It's a good question. I would be all over 14.5 points with Wisconsin if they had their starting quarterback, which they do not. Wisconsin did not look real good at the conclusion of the last couple of games, even though they managed to catch up and then nip Illinois. But Ohio State on the road at night, it's a good number. It's a good line. I think I'm going to go Buckeyes. I'm going to go Buckeyes to cover something like 30-14. I'll take Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think, Braden Locke played a decent game. I don't think he threw a pick against Illinois given. But Ohio State, with the way they played defense and able to shut down Drew Aller, what are they going to do to a backup QB in a new but Wisconsin-style offense?
Shut down Drew Aller. Yes, Drew Aller might have shut down himself because he's not that good, but they definitely shut down Allen and Singleton. To me, that is indicative of what they may do to Braylon Allen.
Yeah, but maybe with a chance, Tanner Mordecai, if he was playing, which he is not, they'd be able to cover.
I'll be rooting like crazy for Wisconsin,
for
of
sure.
But predicting Ohio State.
Give me Buckeyes to win this 32-13. I really struggle to see Wisconsin's offense get going in this one.
All right. We're seeing something similar there.
We agree. The next game on our list, heading to Jacksonville, the unofficial now world's largest cocktail party.
But they had to
remove that title.
Is there a bigger one that's official now?
No, they had to remove that title because alcohol reasons. I don't know. Who knows these days?
It is what it is.
Georgia, number 1 versus unranked Florida. Dogs also favored by 14.5. This is 2:30, CBS. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, the
dun, 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 dun.
Dogs will be without Brock Bowers, suffering an injury that will keep him out probably around a month at least. So they will be without their best player.
You going first on this one?
Yeah, I'm going first. I think I'm just going to take Georgia just because the way they play in games that they know they have to make a statement is they dominate. And they saw that home game against then top 25 Kentucky. And I think, again, with it being another big rivalry game, have the spotlight on them, I think that Georgia will come through and really just dominate from start to finish in this one. Give me Dogs to cover.
I'll give them to you because I'm going to take the Gators to cover. I think every so often Florida plays out of their mind, and I feel like this is going to be a fourth quarter game. I think Florida is going to scare Georgia significantly in this game. I think they're due for that. Again, we don't really have a ton of data on Georgia, so people always say about Michigan. We don't have it on Georgia either. They have not looked like Georgia 2022, Georgia 2021. I think Florida really gets the palms sweating in Jacksonville, and it's not just the heat. I think Florida really keeps it close, and I'm going to take them to be inside of that number fairly comfortably.
All right, we disagree. Game 4, heading College Game Day up in the Rockies, Rice-Eccles Stadium, where the Utah Utes will be hosting the 8th-ranked Oregon Ducks. 2:30 game on Fox. Gus Johnson, Joey Klatt. Ducks favor -7 on the road in Rice-Eccles.
At altitude.
At altitude. It's a little interesting for me, but
yeah, you know what? I'm going Ducks. I think they're the better team. I think Utah. Utah exposed what I think a lot of people can expose out of USC. Their defense is just atrocious and has been and is going to struggle in the Big Ten. I think Oregon's the more complete team. I think Oregon is kicking themselves for letting that Washington game get away because they would be right in the thickest of the thick in the national title conversation without it. They still could get back there. I think Oregon's very good. I think they're a top 5 team. and I think Oregon wins this game. Yeah, I think bigger than the number. 31-21 Ducks.
Yeah, Oregon's definitely a more complete team than USC. USC, some people don't even think they should be ranked anymore. But it's going to be hard going to Utah. It always is. They've won like 19 straight at home. It is a tough place to play. The question for me, again, we saw Bo Nix struggling a little bit at Washington. Is just him in road environments. At home, they cannot be stopped on offense, but on the road, it's a little bit different story. Be interesting to see how they adjust to that. But I'm going to agree. Give me Oregon somewhere 27-13. Without Cam Rising, I also see it difficult for Utah to get the ball moving in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Ducks.
Quack attack. All right, and that brings us to the national headliner. The reason that Fox Big Noon Saturday and College Game Day is not in Orange City, Iowa, is unclear to both of us. It's the number 1 ranked Northwestern College Red Raiders against the number 3 ranked Stangs of Morningside, Sioux City, Iowa.
Stangs.
Arch enemies, one of the best rivalries in the sport of college football for sure. Winners of 4 of the last 5 national championships or something like that. Lindsey Wilson got the 1, but
we got the other 2. Don't forget that.
Right.
Yeah, we got the one last year. But Morningside really has been the top dog in NAIA for sure, and they have had our number, especially in recent years. In this game, this one's going to be a home game at DeValois Stadium.
A weather game.
Snowy game. Morningside escaped.
You may not even be able to see the fairway sign from the bleachers.
It's going to be a rough trip to Scooters at halftime, but Morningside escaped at home against Jamestown. That was a little bit interesting to follow. Northwestern really has not had a tough game since the early season scare at Concordia. Other than that, it's been pretty much...
Well, they did play against Drake.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're talking about like Jamestown is a little bit different than Drake, and you expect to beat the crap out of Jamestown. You don't expect to go into Drake and beat the crap out of them.
But
so
we didn't exactly beat the crap out of it. We've got the win anyway.
Yeah.
So we don't have a line on this. We're going to give our score predictions.
Northwestern. It's going to be weird because it's a low-scoring Northwestern Morningside game.
Yeah, the
last time that's
the weather. Yeah.
Give me Northwestern 28, Morningside 17. Raiders.
Yeah, I think this game comes down to the final possession as it always does. And I think Northwestern wins game at home. I think Northwestern's the best team. And I have perfect objectivity about that. I have no subjectivity about that at all. We're just not at all biased. But I do think Northwestern will win. I hope all of our friends get out there and make a lot of noise and cheer on Northwestern. I'll take Northwestern to win the game 30-23. 30-23. One score game.
Should be fun.
I think Eli Stater kicks 3 field goals in that weather. Drives the ball right through the big Northwest Iowa snowflakes.
I mean, what can he do? He got a 2-point conversion last week.
Mm-hmm.
He can do
Jack
anything.
of all trades. All right.
Travis Hunter.
So that'll do it for week 9, Preaching the Prodigy podcast. We will have a lot of fun at State Cross Country, rooting on the Raiders remotely, and then chilling back here at home to watch the Badgers against the Buckeyes. And all right. Until next week, yo estoy the preacher.
Prodigy.
Fox.